WrestleMania done, WrestleMania Backlash was the next event on the cards for WWE. The pay-per-view was somewhat lacking as the WWE and Universal Championship were not on the line, with Roman Reigns taking part in a 6-man main event instead, teaming with the Usos to face RK-Bro and Drew McIntyre. However, with other matches on the card like Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes in a rematch, and Ronda Rousey and Charlotte fighting a SmackDown Women's title bout, this is Wrestling Hub, and here is the WrestleMania Backlash report. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at WrestlingHubOfficial, and also follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. Cody and Seth started off by challenging one another and predicting each other's moves. They were clearly both showing off and trying to frustrate the other person. Cody hit a delayed suplex and then a one-legged dropkick, taking Rollins down with the disaster kick. Seth managed to take advantage and threw Cody against the barricade on the outside. He continued to beat him down and the two exchanged blows in the ring. Cody and Seth exchanged pin attempts, but Cody then hit a delayed vertical suplex from the top rope. Both stars got back to their feet and exchanged chops in the middle of the ring. Cody ended up sending Seth outside. They got back in the ring and Seth hit Cody with the rolling elbow. Seth brought Cody down yet again, but Cody still kicked out. Seth went for the moonsault, but Cody avoided and hit the super kick. He went to the top rope. Seth caught him there and hit the superplex and tried to turn into the Falcon Arrow, but Cody managed to turn it into the Crossroads. Seth got out of it only because of getting his leg on the ropes. Cody tried the moonsault, but Seth got out of the way and hit the pedigree. Cody kicked out. Seth mocked Dusty with the dancing punches, but Cody went for the Crossroads. He connected one, but was trying to repeat another. Seth hit him with a knee instead. Cody goes for the Crossroads again, but Rollins gets out of it. Cody tried the Vertebreaker, but Rollins turned it into a roll-up. He grabbed Cody's tights, but Cody rolled him over and grabbed his tights instead. Cody Rhodes defeats Seth Rollins. Bobby Lashley had the disadvantage in the match early on. He charged and hit Lashley with several tackles in the corner before hitting him with repeated splashes. Omos was clearly dominating and then used his hands to engulf the head of Bobby. Lashley was pushed into the ropes as Omos put the pressure on him further. MVP tried to trash talk and that appeared to motivate Lashley. He stopped and Omos charged with a right elbow to the face and then went for the sleeper. He was put down from that, but Omos was shaken. The Giant missed the running charge in the corner and Lashley hit 2 running shoulder tackles. He then pushed Omos into the ropes and tied his 2 arms between the rope. Omos was left helplessly sitting among the ropes. MVP tried to interfere but regretted it as Lashley tried the Hurt Lock on him. Unfortunately, the distraction worked and Omos broke away from the ropes to attack Lashley and save MVP. Lashley hit Omos with the Flatliner. He then tried to lock in the Hurt Lock on Omos, who was on his knees. He got it locked in, but Omos backed him up in the corner thanks to the advice from MVP. Started to beat down Lashley, who was on the back foot again. Lashley came back with a few attacks and went for the suplex. He managed to lift up and dropped Omos, which gave him the advantage. Lashley then hit Omos with the spinebuster. When he was in the corner, MVP hit him in the eye with the cane. That was the beginning of the end, as Omos then used the fact that Lashley could not see to hit him with a double-handed chokeslam and pin him, as Omos defeated Bobby Lashley. Edge and AJ Styles are no strangers to each other. Edge and Styles took the match outside very soon and things were spiraling out of control. The two had no moves where any of the stars were holding back. From the beginning, things looked like each star was trying to finish things and punish the other star as much as possible. Styles hit a dive to the outside on Edge and then punished him further with a twisting moonsault. Styles tried to end it with a phenomenal forearm, but was stopped by a big boot. AJ's shoulder was already hurt and Edge punished it further. He catapulted Styles into the steel ring steps and then got into the ring to focus on the shoulder and continue to work on that shoulder. Edge beat down Styles in the corner even more. AJ came back to give himself some space as he hit Edge with the Pele kick. They went for the Crossroads and crashed into each other in the middle of the ring. Styles hit several forearms and looked like he was going to get the fall over Edge soon. He went for the Argentine backbreaker but could not hold him up with one arm. He then tried the facebuster and sent Edge to the top rope after. He hit the Hurricane Rana from the top but could not hook Edge's leg. He hit the backbreaker finally, but the Rated R Superstar survived. AJ hit the German suplex, but Edge pulled off the turnbuckle, covering while going. It would punish Edge as he ran face first into the turnbuckle. Edge came back, however, to hit AJ with a spear. AJ kicked out, shocking the Rated R superstar. He then lined up AJ for another spear, but AJ hit the step-up knee instead. AJ hung up Edge on the top rope and used that as leverage to get him ready for the Styles Clash. Edge kicked out, but only just. AJ went to the top rope and was getting ready for the 450, but Priest, even though he was banned from ringside, was standing in the aisle. Finn Balor attacked him, and the two fought in the ring. Suddenly, an unidentified hooded star hung up Styles on the ropes, and Edge used that to lock in the crossface. AJ Styles passes out as Edge defeated AJ Styles. After the match, it turned out that the unidentified figure was the newest addition to Edge's Judgment Day faction, Rhea Ripley. Ronda hit Charlotte with a hard shot to the mouth. Flair is in trouble already. Rousey is already working on the arms of her opponent. Charlotte went for the scoop slam, but Rousey reversed it, hitting Charlotte with the vertical suplex. The match continued as Charlotte hit the snap German suplex, with Rousey taking the brunt of the move on her neck, looking quite hurt. Ronda climbed on Charlotte and took her down for the armbar. Charlotte used the ropes to roll out of the ring to break the move. Charlotte then took Ronda to the barrier and made Rousey lean on the barrier before punishing her for it. Rousey was attacked but also sent Charlotte into the ring post. She then sent Charlotte into the timekeeper's area. Charlotte used her experience to sucker Rousey in and then hit her with the big boot. Flair took out a kendo stick and swung at her, but Rousey avoided it and then got the kendo stick herself. Flair avoided the swing and ran for it. Charlotte was retreating but came back from the backstage area with two kendo sticks. She used it to knock the kendo stick out of Ronda's hand and hit her. Rousey caught the sticks and took them from her before using both sticks to beat down Charlotte. She was taking a lot of punishment as Rousey broke the sticks over Charlotte's back. Charlotte grabbed a camera and then tried to hit Rousey. She missed and Rousey used the advantage to grab her. The two began to fight in the crowd with everyone brawling. Charlotte took a drink from a fan's hand and threw it in the face of Rousey. She took the momentum and the two stars headed further up the crowd. Charlotte put Ronda through the railings and wrenched on her face. Flair and Rousey began to move down the crowd again. She slapped Ronda across the face and then took a chair from a fan. Ronda grabbed the chair and threw it away as Charlotte ran for it. Charlotte hit Rousey by throwing her against the barricade and a powerbomb. She refused to give up. Ronda fought back and slapped Charlotte across the face. The women's champion raked the eyes and threw Rousey against the ring post. Charlotte was going for the moonsault, but Ronda hung her upside down. Ronda locked in the armbar and that upside down position. Ronda hung on and both of them fell, with Charlotte refusing to give up. Flair hit her with a chair and tried to punish her. She hit Ronda with the natural selection on the chair. Charlotte tried the figure eight, but Ronda tried to block. It didn't work with Charlotte locking in the figure eight. Charlotte set up a chair and was about to do something with it, but Ronda then locked in the armbar through the chair and bent the arm back through it. She was trying to break the arm, and Charlotte had it, shouting that she quit. After the match, WWE announced that Charlotte has a fractured radius after suffering an injury during the match. Ronda Rousey defeated Charlotte to become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Corbin approached the match with more seriousness than his recent bouts. He attacked Moss repeatedly and beat him down repeatedly. However, despite him hitting the deep six and seemingly dominating the entire match, Moss kicked out. Corbin didn't get to find anything funny on the night, and after dominating the entire match, Moss hit the sunset flip powerbomb on Corbin, and that was enough for the quick pin. Madcap Moss defeated Happy Corbin. The Usos are beat down by McIntyre, who then asks Roman to come in. Jimmy got back up, but Roman volunteered to tag in. He came in and the two faced off. He then immediately tagged out as well as Riddle tagged in and the Usos double teamed him. The slow offense of the Bloodline saw Riddle isolated for a large part of the match. Riddle took out Jay finally after a long while and tagged in Drew. Meanwhile, Roman is legal for the Bloodline. They spilled outside where the match continued, but McIntyre finally stunned Reigns. Orton tagged in and started to take out everyone. He hit the power slams and then hit the RKO on Reigns. Roman had tagged in Jimmy, but Orton hit him with the RKO. Jay interfered and saved the match. However, Riddle hit him with the floating bro soon after. Reigns hit the Superman punch on Randy on the outside, but Drew stopped him and sent him into the steel steps. He then lined Reigns up against the table. He hit Jimmy with the Glasgow kiss, but this allowed Reigns to put McIntyre through the table with the Uranagi. Riddle took out Reigns and Jimmy on the outside with a dive and Jay followed, taking him out. Jay had the advantage, hitting Riddle with a super kick in the ring. He went to the top rope, but Riddle hit him with an RKO from the top. Reigns tagged in and hit Riddle with a spear to win the match as the Bloodline defeats Drew McIntyre and RK-Bro. If you want to see more videos, check out Wrestling Zone, where we do biographies, lists, and more. So far we've done videos on the Usos' younger brother, Solo Sikoa, Veer, and more. If you want to check these out and others, click the link in the description. And this was your WrestleMania Backlash report. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.